Hello and welcome. I'm Rahul and you're watching me on my Facebook page or my YouTube channel Alpha Talks. And if you're watching me consistently, welcome back to my channel. I usually make videos in order to give information about certain changes and contemporary development that are being happening in our world, and that is why I strongly believe that if you'll have access to information, you can do anything in this information age. You can make a livelihood out of that, you can train yourself, you can augment your skills, and you can intensify your rational mind, and then you will have cognitive ideas about each and everything, and you will be thinking about each and everything with a different perspective, because my strong vision is that whatever I have learned over a period of time, I should percolate it to other people who are listening to me, and I should foster a relationship with them who are listening to me consistently and trying to show their patronage so that they can understand exactly whatever I'm doing for benefit of all the people, including me. Because if I'll be sharing my knowledge is something, if you will share a lot, it will be multiplied, and that is what I want to do. One of the most important things that today I'm going to talk about is about personality traits and finding your position in your society, in your uh, among your colleagues or in your organization wherever you are working. So you have to take care of certain things in your life so that you will not have to regret later. And that is why I would like to tell you that enhancing your personality is an art, and sometimes it is taught in academics, it is taught in organization, it is taught in business ethics. So why not take a glance on personality developments and what are the factors of personality development? Everybody thinks of personality development, in a different way. They think of attire, they think of your class, your appearance. Yeah, it is a part of personality development. It certainly affects a lot of people, because if you are wearing well clothes, if your attire is good, and if you are wearing formal clothes at your organization, it will certainly make an impression in public. Because especially human have a cognitive tendency to introspect and to speculate about other people, whatever they are wearing. They try to think of them with their appearance. They make certain preoccupied thoughts and some certain preoccupied perception about them, and that kind of perception makes your personality. And that is why if you want to change their perception, you have to look good. And after that, it is not enough. After that, what I'm going to tell you is, and especially are the factors which can change your perspective, and that can change your character in other people's eyes. That's why it is important to think what are the factors of personality development. First one that I'm going to tell you is stress tolerance. Because nowadays it is linked to everything. Whatever work you do, there is a stress in that, and you have to tolerate that stress. If you are able to tolerate your stress, for your work, your half work is done there. Because nowadays there is a fashion, compel others until the work is done, compel others, pressurize others until the work is get done. If the work is not done, pressurize him, rebuke him, reprimand him, and try to show them their place. This has been the tendency and mindset of the leaders that are leading institutions. So we are witnessing that kind of change in all the organization, across our country. And that's why I'm asking you, stress tolerance is the way where you can survive in this kind of contemporary world, contemporary organization, and especially about corporate world I'm talking about. If you are able to handle the stress, half the work is done there. And many people who are not from professional background, they're coming from arts, they're coming from commerce, and they're doing better in as a leadership role. They are doing better than that of those person who have taken science, and they were good student in academics, but they are failing because they are not able to handle the stress. They are truly incisive, they are truly very intellectual, but they are failing a capability of leading the institutions and trying to serve their institution, but they are not competent enough to carry forward that kind of leadership role. And many person are from science, even I am from science background, I have done computer science engineering, thereafter I joined, a government bank after after qualifying for probationary officer, and it has been 10 years, more than 10 years I'm working in a government bank, and still I have a role of manager, in a government bank. And I strongly believe that, if you don't have stress handling character, then you will fail there. And this is nowadays I'm witnessing that the people who have not have been through a lot of academic pressure, they're doing better. I don't know what is the psychological link between that, but this could be a research, topic if you will think of that way. Because many people, I'm looking after them, they are doing better. Their academics is not good, but they are doing better in leadership role. And whereas the science background people, who are incisive, they are better in technical fields, and handling and doing the things in a delicate way. So second thing is, which I'm going to talk about is conscientiousness. This is related to delicateness, how delicately you are doing the work, how smoothly and how perfectly you are doing the work. It is related to conscientiousness. It is also a personality trait that you have to understand, because many incisive people have such kind of trait. They want to bring perfection in their work, and this is what where they usually work with more, sophisticated and delicate way. That's why you have to understand exactly that if you bring perfectness in your work, it is your personality trait, and you should bring that. It will enhance your personality, it will enhance your respect at your work. And that is why you should not take, each and everything that you can do without perfectness, without giving it a high standard of work. That's why you have to understand that these are the things which matters a lot. Next thing is being extrovert. You have to be extrovert. You have to be extrovert. If you are an introvert, you will be shy, you will be feeling each and everything internally, you will be battling with your emotions, and you will not be able to handle the stimulated stress, the stimulated emotions, and that will reflect in your personality. You will feel shy to express yourself, you will feel shy whenever the opportunity will come to speak in front of, your colleagues, or in front of certain peoples where you can foster relationship for development of your business. That's why you have to change. You could be an introvert, but later on you can enhance your ability and you can turn yourself into an extrovert. So being an extrovert helps, and that's why I want to tell you, introvert kind of guy, it is important that alarm is ringing. That's why you have to change yourself. And it is adaptable. It is not something that which cannot be changed. Every personality traits can be developed as a habit, and later on it will reflect into your personality. There are many things, as a personality trait, and as a factor that you should understand. Exactly, there are something like agreeableness. You have to be agree each and every, whenever the occasion comes. So some people could access you, agreeableness. But the second is openness. You have to be open, you have to be accessible to other people, friendly, amicable. Agreeableness means you have to accept the work in a way which you can think of that you can do something about it. Later on it may be that you would not handle that work, but saying no to the work at first instance is not going to help you. It is not something a good personality. You have to tell that, yeah, let me look at it. You cannot say no the first time to your boss, to your leading and leader's personality who is leading you. You cannot tell them exactly that no, I cannot do that. You have to tell them that let me look after it. If I will be able to do that, I will certainly give my 100%, and it will be solved within time frequency. You have to understand exactly that you have to be agree for that kind of work. So these have been the personality traits, but there are certain experience which I have personally experienced. Whatever I have told you, it has been related with academic, experience. It has been taught in all the top organization. It is being taught, but whatever I'm telling you from my experience, it is important to understand that there are certain things. Even many books have been written on that. The subtle way to say no. You have to tell sometimes no, yes. You have to understand exactly how to tell no the subtle way, not like a person who can say, straightforward, no, I cannot do that. You have to tell no in a different and delicate way. You have to understand exactly what kind of works you can carry on, how much stress you can take on, and then you have to understand exactly where to say no. If you can understand and speculate each and everything, whatever is related to that very field, that very work, and the constant, if you identify and you understand that it is something which is difficult to do, then you can tell other people that it is not of my capability, I cannot do that. Yeah, the subtle way to say no, you can understand with the caption that I'm going to tell you. The subtle way to say no, that actually will help you understand whatever I'm telling you. And many a thing is important to know that you should not be in haste whenever you are working in your organization. You should not be in haste. You should not be, telling each and every time. You should not be more frequent in telling your answers. You should have perseverance, you should have patience in replying that. And if you delay your reply, then it will be really helpful to you. You should not be straightforward all the time. You have to delay, you have to have patience. The subtle way to say no is a part of that, but delaying things and telling people in a different way, and understanding the feelings, and then you react. Don't react impromptu. Try to think, try to contemplate, then only react on that way person. So you would not have to be reactive in an instant. Yes, you can tell your answer, but after some period of time. So it gives you a kind of gravity in your personality, and that's why I feel that this kind of thing will certainly help you. The video is getting longer. Thank you for listening to me.